Guys, make sure your meat comes from a humane farm. It's the Meaty Grind!
And now, an interview with a hot girl who does stuff on the internet.
This is a hot chick that does stuff online.
Hi, Michael Blaiklock.
Did this.
You pick her up, you humiliate each other behind a dumpster, you take her home. But how do you keep it spicy once boredom sets in?
That's what I'm here for.
To get your sex life back on track. It's not easy, but with some imagination and maybe a quaalude, you might learn that one day you too will know how to make love.
Michael, why don't you tell the audience a little bit about what we just saw?
That was a web series called So You Think You Can Make Love.
Here on our channel.
On AWTV, and it's about an idiot giving sex advice.
So have you ever actually given somebody sex advice? In class?
I'm sure I have, and I'm sure it was bad advice, whatever it was.
If you could give the audience a piece of sex or love advice, what would you give them?
Sex or love advice?
Like relationship.
Oh man, you know, just be good. Don't be mean.
Oh, you've actually done a ton of stuff online.
Oh yeah.
You did. Well, I mean, Minor Stars.
Internet king.
You are an internet king. Totally. I mean, Minor Stars, which is also on our channel.
That's
you
right.
Worked with Atomic Wedgie a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You did Zombie Roadkill.
Right, for FearNet.
Okay.
Produced by Sam Raimi.
Which is huge.
He was cool.
How was it working with Sam Raimi?
I never met him.
Oh, okay.
But
he was
someone,
just like an entity.
Someone told me that he laughed at my audition. He looked at the tape and then he laughed. Thomas Hayden Church was in that, who I'm a big fan of, and I got to meet him. He was really great.
I met him randomly once, and he was like the nicest person
He's
ever.
a really nice guy.
But you guys actually got to work together then.
We never had scenes together, but he was on set. The other person in it, the other main person in it, was this guy David Dorfman, who was the kid from the Ring movies.
Oh yeah.
So we got to work together.
Oh, cool.
He was a nice young man.
Oh, you've been doing comedy for a long time. Is that
sure?
How
since I was born.
Okay, so you came out of the womb.
I came out of the womb with a little cigar and a Groucho glasses.
Did you perform as a child? Was that something that you did a lot?
Like perform like in front of an audience, or just like was I constantly performing?
Were you constantly performing?
Yes. And then I started doing plays when I was in like 3rd grade. And
oh, really?
I always wanted the funny part. I always wanted the smaller funny part rather than like the lead serious part.
So what was the first play that you ever did?
I was in a children's musical adaptation of The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. My 3rd grade music teacher, Miss Smith, who's really amazing, from Ashland, Massachusetts. Aww. If you're watching, hi.
Miss Smith.
Who I owe a lot, because she gave me a lead in this play, and it's like when I was like, oh, acting is really cool, and that's like why I'm doing it. So because of her, so thanks, Miss Smith. Aww. If you're watching. But she would take these children's stories and like write original musicals. Like she would write a script, she would write music for them, original songs, and the 3rd grade class every year would do a musical. How
did you get into comedy in LA? I mean, did you go to school for
comedy?
For comedy? You were like,
basically,
I'm doing comedy.
Well, I went to Emerson College in Boston, and I was in a comedy troupe there, like an improv and sketch group, and it was like my favorite thing to do. My parents just basically paid for me to be in a comedy troupe. But
and you're still in a comedy troupe. So actually,
well,
you're using your degree. Well,
I moved here. I moved to LA. Emerson has a program where in your last semester you can spend in LA and do an internship. And so I came here and we started doing. There was an open sketch show Fridays at midnight at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater in Hollywood. And now some people from that group are in this new group called A Kiss from Daddy.
And when do you guys perform?
The first Wednesday of every month at the UCB Theater at 8 o'clock.
Awesome.
UCBtheater.com for tickets.
Like, what's coming up next for you?
Oh, good question. Well, this summer, hopefully, I don't know this for sure, but you may be able to see the last 8 episodes of Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23 on your television. So if you have your season pass set, don't worry about it, and they'll record.
How's your experience been? Amazing? Fantastic?
Yeah, totally awesome. It's such a awesome show. super funny, super creative. The creators of the show, Nanachka Khan, Dave Hemmingson, are like two of the most awesome bosses you could ever have, and like super smart and funny and brilliant, and the writers were so great and the cast was so great. It was really an all around pretty great experience.
How long were you in the jam tub for?
A little while, maybe a half an hour or so.
Wow, okay, so when you got out, was your skin wrinkled, and was it wrinkled purple?
No, it
Did you
was
be staining?
Well, the thing that I always the analogy I use is that it was like being born. So they like pulled me out of this thing, and I was covered in red goo, and then a bunch of people with towels came up and started wiping me off, and then they whisked me away to a shower where I got to, you know, get the jam out of the places where the towels could not reach.
Yikes. Michael!
Yes.
Are you ready to play Hot Meat of the
You know what you got there? You got some hot meat.
Jay Leno.
Fuck him.
Powerball.
That's cool.
March Madness.
Last place every year.
Carpet. North Korea.
I'm glad Dennis Rodman had a good time.
Thanks for playing Hot Meat of the Week.
Hot meat of the
Seriously,
week.
thank you. You didn't have to, and I'm glad you did.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Meaty Grind and my interview with
Michael Blaiklock.
remember to check out our new content on Tuesdays, which features
Michael Blaiklock.
So You Think You Can Make Love. I'm your host, Sarah Fletcher. Make sure to subscribe, tweet at us, and remember what Mama says.
Have you been smoking a cigarette?
Oh no!